Alright, so last session we started out in combat because the Lavoy estate was besieged by flaming undead, and not the ones on message boards either. So, y'all were in the estate. A lot of the kitchen was already engulfed in flame. There were ghouls that were on fire because of the burning skeletons, lich hounds, very, very, very large skeletal giants at both entrances of the compound. And chilling outside in schoolyard were some necromancers on either side, either yards, front yard and backyard. Um, so y'all engaged in combat. Melanie and Aoife decided, yo, we should take down the necromancers outside because they can start shit. So you guys did that. Just as also, we had a fashionable late couple in the form of Theo and Tilda, who pretty much was. It was probably that community scene where Glover's character walks in with the pizzas and everything is literally on fire. So they went into the fray. Just as things are kind of settling down, and the partygoers acting like chicken with their heads cut off, you know. Just as things are headed down. Oh look, we've got motherfucking giant assassin undead barging in from the second floor and wrecking more shit up. So you guys took care of all of that, helped the partygoers get outside, and yeah, contain the situation and put out the fire with sleet storms. The house is completely destroyed at this point, though. It's probably gonna have to be bulldozed to the ground or torn to the ground and rebuilt from the ground up. So, while you guys were taking care of the folks, a couple of you guys searched the necromancers. You found some gems, some diamond dust, some amulets of the cult of the dragon, and a missive instructing them to take out Lady Tabitha Lavoy and her daughter specifically. You guys. You guys, oh my god. Let's see. After being confronted, Lady Lavoy was seemed to be shocked that she was considered a target. They asked her, do you have an enemies? Why would you be a target? The only thing she can think of is, well, she got into an argument with the Paquette family over something, but that's all she could really think of recent. She did show you guys a couple heirlooms she had in a fireproof vault in her bedroom, and most of them seem to be normal. Some carved animals, some pretty mundane magical items that were identified, and a bow knife which rends flesh. Apparently, that came from a great 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 grandfather taxidermist.
Sorry, I feel like you really sold it short by quote Ren's flesh, because there was more to it than that.
Yeah, animated skeleton and all that good stuff. The bone razor.
The bone sound.
Yep. Um, it was suggested that she probably should stay with the queen in the time being, since she's big target, could use the security, whatnot. Zaitari did send the sending to Thanik, telling him, yo, Lady Lavoy's party just been fucking attacked by the undead. You might well get your ass here right now. He's coming. Melanie sent Sir Randall off to get some healers from a nearby village because he was just like, I need something to do. I feel really bad about what happened and not helping being more help to you guys, and kind of like getting a little stir crazy because he wasn't really too badly injured, maybe a few burns. Um, Aoife and San conversed. San did mention that they were gonna have to try to find lodgings for the band, and after asking if it was cool if the band can crash at the keep, you guys said yes, so the band's probably gonna crash at the keep. Zan like thanked Aoife and was like, "Yo, if you're ever in Shanghai, look up Aspara. Uh, they're a person who makes specialty monk magic items." Isadora also mentioned that she sent a sending to Alexandria because cult and dragon shit's involved. And there's a note to check, what other Victory Day parties may be going on. Apparently they're all happening on different days, and that was about it. Is anybody doing anything else of note? Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so at the place.
No, I think we were just gonna wait for Thanic's people to get here,
Mm-hmm.
and then probably peace out.
Okay. Thanic, about 15 minutes later, does arrive via teleportation. Looks like it took him a little bit to scramble up a magic user that actually knew the spell and was on hand really quick. Immediately beelines to your group. And he has with him a couple individuals that you don't think you've seen before. Pretty nondescript. And he is looking around at the wrecked house, the carnage, the injured, and is just like, okay. I'm going to ask. Could you give me a detailed recount of what just happened? As a couple of members split off from the group and start going to groups of people and talking to them and checking out bodies of the undead.
I'll point out the two magic users that we found. Well, I mean the one that I saw, the one that I killed. I don't know where the one in the back is.
We also took their heads, so.
Oh yeah, that's why they don't have any heads. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, once if you find out anything from their heads, could you let us? Could you relay back the information as soon as you can? Okay.
We could also, if you wanted to be there for the seance interrogation, we could probably make sure that it happened while you were around, if you'd like that.
Yeah, if you can send me a message beforehand. And he gestures over to a young man that he had come with, in just very simple, like cloth, like linen, like dark linens, and he looked like he was just like he looks kind of tired, so he looks like he was just woken up all of a sudden. He says that Andrew, he'll grab Andrew to get close to your keep once that happens, to like get in and out really quick. Okay, so can I take a look at the what did you I'm gonna see your specific message to him. How do you know they're part of the Cult of the Dragon? Did they have? Obviously, they had.
I'll
something
just
on.
show the insignias that we found.
All right, so he takes a look at the amulets. Okay, amulets of the Cult of the Dragon. This was a very large-scale attack. Very brazen. Oh boy. All right.
It was also very carefully timed. I mean, everyone was inside. They knew everyone was inside, and they masked their entrance well enough that it was, even with all of us inside, very few of us heard anything until we smelled smoke. So
They silenced the doors when they broke them down.
Okay. Very coordinated. They obviously knew that Lady Lavoie was having her party today. And looks like there was going to be and a couple people back up to him, and he said so there was going to be apparently a fireworks display. So you all of you probably would have been moved outside for that eventually. So they know the timing.
exactly.
So he's at this point he's looking at the groups of people that are still remaining. All right.
See, I mean, there's enough magics that could take things from people's minds. If any of the servants or anything had just been, buying something in the wrong place and had sort of a peek into the mind, might not even be necessarily a turncoat.
Okay. All right. We are going to comb the estate for additional evidence. Thank you so much for your help. Oh my God, this is gonna be a very, very long week. Okay. I'll let you know if I find anything else of note. I'll probably be here for the rest of the night, and if there's, I don't think we need you guys for anything else. Just let me know whenever you perform the ritual. We can go from there. For now, we're going to make sure that all these people get home safe. That Lady Lavoie has adequate protection, and yeah, that's all we can do at this moment. All right, thank you again.
Of course.
He nods, and as pretty much as you're free to do whatever you want now. As everybody, you see some of the individuals taking samples and whatnot, and Kagor and like looking at the remains of the burning skeletons.
How far from town are we?
Oof. So...
Well, here's why I'm asking the question, and you might not have to give me an exact answer.
Mm-hmm.
There are skeletons, giant skeletons that were big enough to wear smaller skeletons as hats. And like how difficult would it have been to get these here unnoticed?
It would probably depend on the method of transport, you think? I mean,
okay, well, they were fairly large creatures. Would a standard wagon with a cover on it would that have been sufficient to carry them, or would they have needed something pretty crazy to move them here?
If something like a covered wagon probably would have been enough if it was like for one per.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, they had all these ghouls. Would it have been pretty easy to get through, is there like a wooded area behind this place that they could have come through without really alerting the neighbors? Or is it something where there might be neighbors close enough, like adjacent lands, that might have had people travel through and we could maybe look for clues there? Or is it pretty much just wilderness?
There's patches of so the majority of Leona is plains with patches of woods everywhere.
Okay.
So there's not really a large enough continuous wood that could probably contain them. So
I will stick around and try to see if anyone is looking for where these guys came from, just in case there's anybody staying behind.
Okay.
As far as a camp that they made, and so if they find any, they came from that direction, we're gonna go that way, I'll go with them through the evening and just make sure that if anything goes down, I'm here to help.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're gonna stick around for a bit. All right. I'm gonna ask you to roll a perception check in a little bit.
Oh.
They might have teleported into the house and then summoned all these things.
Well, the casters died really easy, so I don't know if they would have been able to do the teleport, but somebody else could have teleported them, I guess.
Just because they die real easy doesn't mean they're not powerful mages.
Yeah, but isn't it like a really powerful mage to teleport a group of people? Isn't that teleportation circle at that point?
It would be teleport, period.
It's just teleport?
Which is higher level than teleportation circle.
Oh.
Mhm. So, I mean, yes and no.
We're talking like
There's-
being able to cast seventh level spells. They didn't seem to cast much once they were here.
Yeah, but I'm
Magical
talking.
and magical items that could have been
They-
used.
Yeah, they might have teleported themselves to the house and then
Mhm.
started summoning
Oh.
things
I get you.
and
I
then
get you,
setting
sorry.
things on fire.
Right. That was another part of it. Okay.
Which, I mean, is this is kind of out of character, but seems really dumb. I mean, you could have just singled off Lady Lavoie and her daughter by saying, like, oh, we have an emergency in this room over here.
Yeah,
And-
but if the
Oh
goal
no, it
was to-
absolutely
stab,
seems
stab.
idiotic for them to have done this.
Yeah,
No,
this
no,
was
no.
a big production that had no guarantee of actually.
Yeah,
What are
if
the
we-
chances of this being a decoy for some larger, more important attack somewhere else?
It's possible.
or it's more of a psychological thing. Like maybe they're doing this to try to make people afraid. It could
Sure.
be that they were never really trying to murder them right now. It could be that they were trying to like throw everybody off balance.
Maybe.
I mean, they did slaughter all of the guards and servants.
As the DM's
Like,
like, oh
they were
shit, hold on, I
kill.
gotta go plan some more stuff here.
Hmm.
If they were just trying to scare everyone, they wouldn't have necessarily been so thorough in knocking off all
I
of
don't know.
the lower rung people.
I think they were trying to kill a large number of people, which also it's possible that once put in motion, the skeletons are just like, well, I'm gonna kill everybody now. They might not really have an easy like.
If you wanted to scare people into like changing their mind about something, there are way better and way more like controlled and reliable ways to do it than unleashing a group of undead on a party.
Yeah, but
they would have been slower. Slower
Also-
ways.
also it's more fun for your party to get to kill a bunch of fiery undead in a house, so that's that too.
Sure.
I mean,
And
setting fire to the house would have been enough on its own
yeah.
if they just wanted to scare people.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that would have been easily fixed.
Not necessarily.
I mean, Tilda and Sleetstorm fixed it pretty fast.
I mean, there are some kinds of fires though that don't just go out like that.
Yeah, I guess if you use like napalm and stuff.
Yeah. Like if they wanted to just make a statement and scare people. And
it
still,
would've-
you know,
And it
throw
still
in some
would have
cheeky destruction of property.
right. And it still would have what's the word I'm looking for?
Kill people?
Scared a large group of people as opposed
Yeah.
to just Lady Lavoie and her daughter.
But it could have been chalked up to just anybody. Whereas maybe they wanted people to know it was them.
Maybe.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm not sure, and we could keep guessing.
Yeah,
but we do
I'm-
have heads to question
My,
Right.
tomorrow.
my current
I was
conspiracy theory, where Aoife and myself are going to land, is this was a distraction to frame one group of people while another group did something much worse somewhere else.
Maybe.
And no one's going to pay attention because bad cult did bad thing at big party.
All right. So Melanie's staying behind. What are the rest of you doing? Heading back
Apparently
to the-
calming Theo down
All right. Yeah. Theo is.
and reassuring him
Yes. Okay.
that everything will be okay.
I want to scope out the rest of the
Everyone
partygoers while
It's
I'm.
gonna be all right. Sorry.
That's okay. After I've talked to San, I'm gonna scope out the rest of the partygoers. I want to see if anyone seems to be observing the reaction of the first responders and heroes. Like they don't really care so much about the other victims or the other partygoers, but they want to see what the people who have kind of taken charge in the situation are doing. Maybe gauging our reaction as a group.
Okay. Roll a perception check then. Well, no, roll an insight. This would be an insight, just as you're kind of making patrols around the area.
Disgusting.
I see.
Am I able to re-roll this? Hold on. I have like 3 different options to re-roll. I just don't remember what they are.
It's cool.
Oh no, I need to have disadvantage. Never mind. That's my roll.
Okay. So immediately you see that Vanek went to made the beeline to Lady Lavoy after speaking to you guys, and looks like he's, jotting down a few notes. Charlene is with her, the pet trader, and she seems like she's, trying to calm her down, but also kind of like she's kind of like looking around the area as well. Just like kind of suspiciously looking at the other groups that have went off, shooting glances at you guys, just to keep tabs on where you guys are, and keeping tabs on Wednesday, her daughter. Yeah, she's just like, kind of like, I don't trust anybody right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, type of deal. Let's see. Rando went off to get some help with a young lad. Jameson,
Excuse me.
the sleazy dude that you guys clocked at the beginning of the party. He's around. Looks a little more concerned with himself than anything at this point. There are a couple individuals. You notice a pair of women who are kind of looking at you guys, paying attention more to the Thanic's people and to you guys more than the other partygoers at the moment.
Okay, I'll identify those 2 over the brooch to everyone then.
Okay. So the pair of women, one is a older human female. She looks like she's probably in her late 40s. Has like blonde hair, but going like with patches of gray in it. Has at this point was wearing a pretty decent amount of probably concealer and blush, so when she like wiped her face from like all the smoke, now you can see like a number of freckles underneath. And she's about, I would say, 5'6", 5'6", thin lips. Was probably dressed pretty nicely until fire happened. The other individual is a younger woman, probably in her late 20s. Looks very similar facial feature-wise to the older woman. Dark blonde hair.
Okay. Yeah, I'll identify them over the brooch, ask if anybody recognizes them, and just let them know that they're keeping a really close eye on the people who are trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe suspicious, might not be. Just wanted to point it out.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, probably all of you can roll like a history check if you want once Aoife comes over to Broach with this description.
Ah. 1 second, I'm loading up my sheet.
That's fine.
History, that'd be funny.
Forgot to open it up.
Rolled 10 less than I did. Still got it. It's 5 higher.
Yep.
Wow. I rolled
I
a
really
fucking
should have
19.
I should have used one of my higher divination rolls, but I didn't.
Okay. Tilda, you don't recognize her. Neither does Raine. And Zaitari.
Okay.
You're looking at them. Like you're looking at them pretty like okay. And it takes you a few seconds. You've never met the person face to face, but you swear just by like the way she looks, you think this is a person named Kaylin Crew. So I'll put the name in chat.
I mean,
the older woman. There are a few famous astrologers. You know, people who chart like birth, like you know, times of birth and you know, futures and diviners. Not so much a diviner, but like somebody who reads your future in the stars. She's more one of the more well-renowned ones, and from what you've heard, she fits that description almost to a T. And you do know that she does have a daughter.
Okay.
But you don't recall the daughter's name.
Okay. I don't know why this is important, so I will point her out to Tilda.
Okay. She said I didn't recognize her, so you said she's an astrologer?
Yes.
Or something?
She's an astrologer.
Okay. Why would she be... I don't know, I guess she's, like, watching Thanic's men with extra attention? Is that what's happening?
You and that Thanic's men, yes.
Okay. Like, me specifically,
Not
Tilda?
you specifically,
or
like
us
the group.
as a group?
As a
okay.
group.
Okay. I don't know what to do here. Like Tilda's
neither
just
do
kind
I.
of, Tilda's just kind of like, okay, you know. Perhaps we should go talk with her.
Thanic, do you know why she's eyeing us up?
He, you know, he comes back, he's like, no, I do not know. I don't recognize her myself.
I mean, I'll tell her. I mean, I'll tell him who she is. So.
Who you think she is? Pretty sure she is.
Kaylin. Oh, that Kaylin. Yeah. I mean, I recognize the name. A couple of I think there was like a night or two or account that had used her services for their children's, like, predicting their children's future or something of the like. I don't know much about her. Usually when like nobles do that, I it's none of my business. So I've heard the name, but I've never actually met her myself personally.
Yeah, from where we're standing, I'll just say, excuse me, Miss Kaylin.
Oh, she kind of shakes her head, just like as if she had spaced out for a moment. Um, yes. She just, like dusts off the dirt from her dress and says, can I help you?"
I don't know. Is there any particular reason why you're staring at us?
Oh, 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 I didn't even realize I was doing that. I apologize. Um, well, Miss Lavoy, had told me that,
It's Lady Lavoy.
Lady Lavoy, had told me that you, the Heroes of Leona, were here, and a couple Pargos had told me, that you were them, so I was just curious.
Staring?
Yes.
Why?
She kind of was like,
A celebrity, darling.
Insight check.
Yeah,
what are you,
I
what are
already
you
insight
trying
checked her.
to insight?
Why is she staring at us?
Is she
Is
telling
she
the truth
telling
about
the
being
truth?
Star Trek?
Yes, that.
Um,
I'd like to point out my 30.
yeah, I know. Uh, you get the notion it's more like a curiosity type of deal with her. So to speak. Definitely, you don't, she doesn't seem to have any malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zaitari, darling, you're usually much nicer to people who are staring at us.
Yes, well, considering what just happened, I'm being a little bit more suspicious.
I'm sure Miss Crew here had nothing to do with it. We're sorry for the disturbance.
She nods. Her daughter at this point, who you assume is her daughter, Zaitari, is just glaring daggers at all of you at this point. After that
Okay,
short
she's the
exchange.
one we should have been talking to.
Is there a reason why your
And-
daughter seems to hate us?
I can speak for myself, you know. I'm
Is there a reason
sorry.
why you seem to hate us?
I'm sorry. I didn't just come over and, accuse two strangers of something that just happened.
Do you guys want me to come over and be a teenage translator?
Sure, you can, but I'm going to say, did I sound like I was accusing your mother of anything? No,
No, you
not
seem pretty
particularly.
suspicious, though. And
Yes.
at this point, you see, like, Kaylin says, Jennifer, now is not the time. And,
I have no time for teenage angst. If you don't have anything to contribute to this conversation, I suggest you leave. We do have things to do.
Tilda's already walked away at this point. Like, this is not
Yeah, you see like
going
Jennifer,
very
yeah,
well.
you see
and she
Jennifer
just kind of
rolling
like
her eyes at this point.
she just gives a nod to the older crew woman and goes back to Theo.
I'll come over, make sure my arms are unwrapped so my bloody knuckles are right in their face, and stand next
Bloody
to
and
Zaitari.
burnt.
Bloody and burnt. And stand next to Zaitari.
Yeah. I mean, Kaylin is already trying to like, attempting to be like, tell Jennifer just to, in so many words, chill out, please. um, and Jennifer is just like, whatever.
You're welcome for saving your life, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer, how old are you?
17. Why?
Well, what's your excuse for not helping?
Well, I don't got any magic, and
Neither
can't
do
really
I.
fight.
Oh, whose fault is that? You can help by being cooperative. You can help by leaving. And if you want to leave, I can show you out.
Already was leaving, and she's already walking away.
I'm going to escort them out.
All right. So they both will leave. Okay. So,
Feels like a cutscene where you choose the wrong dialogue option and you don't get to find this the thing that you needed.
Reload.
all right. So they leave.
Too late. It's already been auto-saved.
No! Autosave! Sorry.
All right. So, anything else you guys are doing?
Nope, just want to make sure that the people who got attacked are going to be safely escorted back to the castle. So.
Okay. I mean, there are already like groups of thanksmen, and people eventually coming. Those who couldn't probably be teleported coming in from close by. Helping groups of people, tend to their whatever small injuries they have, and escorting them off the premises. Melanie. Eventually, about 45 minutes later, Sir Rando comes back. Looks like he and the poor lad you sent him off with. He really like pushed this guy. He's like, all right, we gotta go get help. Let's go. The poor lad you sent with him probably isn't used to that much physical exertion.
Yep.
So, like, as soon as he gets onto the sweet estate grounds, he's already just like back against like a fence. He's just like, and it's just like, no more running, please. But Randall did bring like a group of 4. It looks like 4 individuals back with him. And
Okay.
He's telling them injured there. And he waves and he gives you kind of like a nod if you when he sees you. And
Turn the nod.
Yeah,
I feel like he earned the nod.
and he's already it looks like he's already asking the help he has brought if there's like anything he can do and whatnot.
I'm proud of the douchebag. I don't tell him that because I don't want to make him more douchey.
Okay.
I did. So, did we end up finding any sort of clues as to where this group came from?
You do not, but
Okay.
a few of the people that Thanik brought realized something interesting to you, since you seemed, you're like, you stayed back to help out, and it's been probably a while since you've been here.
Mhm.
A couple of the individuals that came later after the teleportation, so they came like probably like an hour after Thanik had come in. There is a note, like a couple of them note that they've been taking care of a couple local crime, like helping out with the communities in the area locally. And there is a note that there has been a rise in grave robbing over the past 6 months. As in, not exactly taking things off the dead, as in taking the dead. Yes.
Like maybe getting some supplies for this nonsense.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's estimated because the cemeteries that these individuals had hit are smaller cemeteries, so local plots for smaller communities. And so over the period of 6 months, it seems like an estimation of 20 bodies have been taken. However, it is noted by a few of Thanik's men that may be an underestimate, because the suspects they have been able to arrest and convict did have bodies in their possession. There are a couple other suspects that were let go because there wasn't evidence to convict them. But it seems like there had been about 15 people that were suspected, and only 2 of them were convicted because no evidence on the others. Also, it's also of note that there was a few communities who did have grave robbing incidents as well, but they weren't carried out by human, demi-human. Well, they were carried by demi-human suspects, but not of the variety that you're used to. Apparently,
what does that mean?
That means that it is explained that there have been grave robbing incidents that have involved goblins. However, local adventurers had taken out these band of goblins after it was reported that they had been looting cemeteries.
Okay.
So, yes.
I will make a mental note of this and tell everyone probably in the morning. I'm not gonna wake everyone up when I get back in. But I feel like it's probably gonna be significant that they've been getting ready for this shit for like a solid 6 months, possibly longer.
Yeah.
So
Somebody play tic-tac-toe with me.
I didn't even know it was back there. I don't know why, but you made me think of my cat when she like gets real sad because we're not actively petting her on the rug that she wants to be petted on. Note that it's not actively petting. It's actively petting in one specific location.
Yes, I got that.
I love my cat, but she is very specific in what she needs. Why did I put my X there? That was man, tic-tac-toe is a terrible game. That's not an
excuse
option?
you. KK, get out.
How did you even know who that was?
The color.
Slightly different. I didn't get it quite right. Guessed.
But her color is purple.
She had changed it briefly.
Ah.
D&D guys? No. Was an accident. I was trying to remove it.
I feel like multiplayer tic-tac-toe is... Oh, right.
I also could have done this.
Wow.
Hmm?
You know, I'm sorry, but you draw the board horizontal at a little bit of a diagonal, and I apparently forget how to play.
Fair enough. I apologize.
No.
Thank you for playing.
Okay. So it like I said, it's about an hour until that is relayed to you, Melanie. So I'm
Okay.
going to make the assumption everybody else has probably gone home at this point.
Yeah, I figure.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, and about 3 hours later, Melanie, it looks like the grounds have been combed, as well as they can be, and it looks like that most of Thanic's men have gone, are pretty much gone.
Okay.
So you're more than welcome to head off yourself, unless you want to try to do something else as well.
No, I'll go ahead and head home. I'll find I guess, somebody to give me a ride. I don't know how I got here. Did we teleport?
You came into a carriage, so
No, yeah, we came through carriage.
Is it still here?
No. No.
Okay, I guess I'll just walk home.
Just
Is
get
that
it.
even a viable distance?
You don't have sending for a hippo lift?
I don't. I'm just gonna I guess I'm just gonna leave and hope for the best.
okay.
You never saw Melanie again.
I mean, how were Thanik and their people getting there?
Oh, they're
teleported there.
They teleported there, but they're probably walking back to they're probably going to as a group travel back to Valido.
Okay.
I mean,
Fuck is it to our keep?
It'll take a while. You definitely won't be there in the morning.
I won't be there in the morning.
No, you won't.
Oh no!
Ain't that noble estate? Do they have horses?
These people just had their house burnt down. I can't like be like, hey bro, can I have a horse?
I mean, you can.
You saved
I'm
their
gonna-
lives.
No.
You
What
did
I'm
save
gonna
their
do-
lives.
Hold on, I've got this. I'm gonna go. It's like the middle of the night, but it's not like 3 in the morning yet, right?
It's like
Is it?
It's like 1 in the morning.
Okay, all right. That's still early
Jesus.
enough. I'm gonna go into town to the tavern.
Okay.
All right. And I'm still in most of a dress with some blood and some fire stains.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, excuse me, does anyone have a horse they want to sell? Excuse me, does anybody have a horse that they wouldn't mind selling literally right now? I just need a horse.
There's like a couple like very drunk people. Like it's getting pretty late. So there's like a small like group of 5. There's 5 people in the tavern, including the barkeep and stuff. And as soon as you walk in, they're just like, "Holy shit! What the fuck happened to you?" Because you're covered in blood, and your dress is burnt, and the innkeeper, who is this like elderly human woman, is just like, "Oh my dear, are you
Oh,
okay?"
it's okay. It's okay. No, there was this whole thing. Lady Lavoie's party for the Victory Day was sort of attacked, but it's cool. We mostly saved almost everybody from the flaming skeleton giant things that were there. It's all right. I'm Sir Melanie Tuoven, and we do this all the time. It's fine. But my ride left, So I'm just trying to buy a horse to get home, so I don't have to walk all the way there. I didn't want to buy a horse from them because I just seemed like it's just a mean thing. Like, hey, your house just burned down. Gonna have a horse? Yeah.
Well, we don't. Oh, you poor dear. Are you sure you don't want to like just stay tonight or just?
Okay, I suppose I'll just do that, and I'll just find a horse in the morning. How much for a room?
She's looking at you. It's like it's on the house.
Okay, well, and I'm
You
assuming I
crazy
have like
beggar woman.
an evening
showed up.
clutch like hidden in my bra. I'm gonna pull out. I'm guessing I've got like 10 gold hidden in my boobs right now.
Sure.
So
Sure. I'm
I'm-
not gonna argue this.
Because why wouldn't you be prepared? You gotta be prepared for everything. I'm wearing a sword and a belt anyway, so I pull out a bra coin and I'm like, here's for the room, and it's just a gold coin.
Only 8 there. Sorry.
Uh,
Oh my god.
so I'll go ahead and just go upstairs. Thank you.
She gives you a key with a number on it. Well, breakfast is at 6.
Marvelous. You know, I will say, is there any way that coin could buy me a bath?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Maybe a robe?
a robe. Yes. Most definitely
Okay.
a robe.
Or something else to wear?
I'll bring you.
Just like a hot bottle of water would be fine. Just
Okay.
this is not my blood.
I will go get you a robe. She brings you a robe eventually. It's it's a hole in the wall inn, so she's got you like just
Yeah.
like a regular like throw on like robe. It's nothing fancy. She's brought you like a bucket of water and like a washcloth.
Cute.
And some herb soap. And it's like, this is for you.
This is
So-
marvelous. Thank you.
You're
I will
welcome.
recommend this inn highly. What is this inn called? I didn't really look at the sign.
This is the Black Sheep.
Ah, marvelous. I will remember the black sheep in the future.
All right. Thank you.
No, you won't.
I won't. I will forget by the morning.
All right. And you go to bed.
I do.
In the morning, the rest of you wake up. Raine, Melanie never came home.
Yeah, I find, was it Chambers, and like, did Melanie never show up?
No, she didn't. Did she not come back with all of you?
She was staying behind to take care of some things, and, well, I go, I mean, I don't know, but I guess I have to go find out.
Okay.
I guess I'll go to Tilda, since I know she sometimes has sending.
Tilda's not at the keep.
What?
Tilda's with Theo at the castle.
Yeah, so I start heading towards Tilda's room, and like, fuck, she's not here. God damn it.
Zaitari tends to
Yeah.
have it prepared when we're not on adventures.
And then after a couple minutes, like, okay, Zaitari might have it, and if not, so yeah, go knock on Zaitari's door.
If not, I guess I'm a single parent now.
How the fuck did this happen?
I like to imagine that Teagan will answer the door
Yeah, I
because
was gonna
Zaitari is
say
still asleep.
Teagan will answer the door. Oh, hello, Raine. Can I help you?
Teagan, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good. How's the cannon coming?
I've gotten I've gotten 3 swords to stick to a board. However, the range of the cannon is only 15 feet, so I don't think it's very useful as of yet.
Speaking of impractical but fun things, I need to talk to Zaitari about Melanie. Actually, she didn't. So, yeah, I need to see if.
Oh, of course. Teagan will let you know, Zaitari, that Raine would like to speak with you.
I
and-
take the silk eye mask off of my face
Mhm.
and go like, Like I just flutter my eyes open. I'll take my hair down because I it's curly. It has to be so it's like wrapped in a silk scarf. I'll take that out. Put on a robe. Go over to the door. Yes, Raine.
He will also volunteer to go grab some coffee and tea while you guys talk.
Sorry to disturb your beauty rest, but Melanie didn't come home last night. She's nowhere in the keep.
All right, just give me one moment. I'll send a sending to Melanie. Melanie, why didn't you come home last night? Raine is very worried about you. She loves you and misses you very much.
Hey!
That's one word.
You guys me there. I didn't have a way back, really. So I tried to buy a horse, but instead I just got a room for the night because no one would give me a horse. I'm at the Black Sheep
I feel like
Tavern.
you've already done the
Uh-huh.
25 words.
Yeah, I feel like that got cut off before. She's fine. She's staying at an inn and she'll be back soon. She says she loves you and misses you very much.
Of course. Thank you, Zaitari. It's, I'm really not that surprised, I suppose. But I'll be with Shaddock if you need me.
Well, why don't... Teagan did say that he'd be getting us tea and coffee. Why don't we go meet him in the kitchen and have some breakfast?
Mom? Where's Mom? Your mom is a beautiful idiot.
Yep.
Who?
Way in the morning, Melanie would have come down in maybe bits of her dress and the robe. I don't really know how much the robe covers decently, so I think she'll have the dress on and the robe over top of it. Cleaned most of the blood and singed ash and bits off of her, and will attempt to buy a horse from somebody.
The innkeeper, who you find out her name is Lola.
I did not ask for that, so thank you.
Lola will direct you to a local farmer, named.
If you bite that, we're in.
Is the farmer going to be named Rico?
No, his.
Wave?
Nope.
Anyways, his name is Kelvin. Kelvin Farlight. He is a local Farlight.
Oh my lord.
I missed something.
I heard fart life.
They heard fart.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. A local farmer named Kevin Farlight.
I thought it was Kelvin.
Kelvin. His name's Kelvin, sorry. He's got a long braided beard and it's farmer's tan, and he says, "Well, I can sell you a horse. She ain't the." He kind of looks at you like, "Oh boy." She's a mare. Her name is Straline.
Straline?
Straline.
Straline.
He points to a gray horse in the field. She was mostly a plow horse, but she can do the riding too.
Marvelous. How much would you like for her?
Well, let's see. She's not the fastest horse, so I'd say she's mostly a draft horse. A little past her prime. 35 gold?
I don't have that much in my bra.
Oh my. He's
I've got like 7 boob gold left. Could I give you like a let's see here. Do you have anything that needs killed? For, I often kill things for money. Not in an illegal way, but in a completely legal way. I'm a knight. Would you... Was there anything? I could.
You can rent the horse.
You know, we can't. We are like rich with money. We could just send it to him.
I don't trust me. I'm some rando in a burnt dress, possibly with singe marks still, wearing a robe on top of my dress and pants.
I mean, she's got a point. He's that visual is not very trustworthy.
Trust me?
Basically, she looks like a
Roll
crazy hobo.
a persuasion. He says, okay, look. Where are you headed?
I'm going to Rosewater Keep, where I am a knight, and I live.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm telling the truth.
I know you are.
That's why it's a persuasion check and not a deception check.
Oh. But I like that I'm persuading him just that I live there. It's not even like, please let me have your horse. It's just, I'm a knight and I live there.
All right. Well,
Please persuade this man.
he blinks at you. You have a pretty nice sword, so that really helps.
Oh, it's a marvelous sword.
How about I give you a ride? Let me just. I'll give you a ride.
Ooh. Oh, if that's an option, yes, that'd be marvelous. I don't really need a horse, like, long term. So
I'll give you a ride. It's you roll an insight check.
oh, I tried. It's coming.
It's cool.
It's coming.
He feels bad for
Ooh.
you.
This is like a walk of shame with spectators.
He goes to hook up two horses to a cart. Gets some straw with a blanket on top. And he's like, all right, we should be there, and it will take a while, but we should get there eventually.
Really appreciate this.
No.
And like, really, the shame should be on Zaitari, Raine, and Aoife for abandoning you.
It's
Just taking the carriage back.
on the ride. I will
Our
I will
defense,
start
She said she was
by-
going to stay behind.
I did. And
Yeah.
I did not plan. I was just like, I'll help. And that was the whole plan.
Mm-hmm.
I will start by regaling him with tales of like mercenary stuff and like telling him like things that happened, like crazy stories from my mercenary days. And it's just gonna devolve eventually into me just talking about me trying to bond with a sword. Like eventually that's all it's gonna devolve into.
Roll.
Definitely thought it was going to devolve into. And then I adopted this
Oh yeah.
child
I
from the sea.
honestly, there's this god, and I adopted his child, and he might come after her. I don't know, but he's a giant shark, so we'll have all the time of it, I guess.
Ma'am. at the end of near the end of like all this, and he's like, ma'am, would you like some advice?
Sure. Yes.
Shut up.
Talk less, smile more.
Oh.
Yeah, you seem like you've had a very interesting life, and that's great. And, my advice as a simple farm folk is probably not that valuable to you. But like you said the sword bonding thing. I think you said that, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. He's like, well, I don't understand much about magic. I am the least magical individual you're probably ever gonna meet, honestly. But I do know something about crops. And your sword's like corn, I'd say. Corn is pretty simple to grow. It's a grass, so to speak. And they grow like regular grass grows like wildflower. But the thing is, you can't force corn to grow faster. You hear what I'm saying?
friends who can. That's a pretty basic druid spell. Honestly, if you ever need a hand with corn, let me know.
It's actually
I've got
not
friends.
a basic druid spell. It's like 3rd or
Oh.
4th level.
I don't know a lot about druid magic. We only had one friend that was a druid, and it wasn't for that long. So
It's okay.
What I'm saying, Sir Tuoven, is maybe this is one of them things you can't force, and you gotta go all natural.
suppose sounds like a reasonable thing, I think.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying this whole time, but okay.
You are a wise farmer.
Once you like kind of stopped with like the hysterical retelling of your life, he tells you like a couple things, just to pass the time. He's got a wife named Sam. He's got 2 children. He is primarily a grower of potatoes and corn. He met Sam when he was 16. About 5 years later, got married to her. And yeah, it's been a pretty good life. Yeah. Other than, the some hooligans causing trouble in the local graveyard.
Did that happen, by the way?
Hmm?
The hooligans in the graveyard.
Oh, hooligans. What was that? What was that bastard's name? Willie Kip. Some drunkard. He was always causing trouble. Some of the teenagers around the area thought they saw him at night. Messing with the graves, but some of the local militia went to his place, couldn't really prove anything, so.
Kip. This Willie Kip fellow,
Mhm.
is he known to be into any bad groups of people, or is he maybe does he dislike royalty?
Nah, if anything, probably, like, he did it for the same reason he always does, like, things like this. Ran out of beer money.
Right. Suppose that's why a lot of people do a lot of things. That's actually very helpful, though. Thank you.
No problem. I mean, if I have to chase his drunk ass again. Ugh. Can you believe he tried to do something with my cow?
What did he try to do?
I have no idea. I think he was like piss drunk and he tried to drink from the udder.
Oh, no, that doesn't seem that unreasonable. I thought it was more of a sex thing and it was very nervous.
Nah. He only tried that once with a bull. Didn't end up so good for him.
He tried to drink from the udder from a bull.
Yep.
That's...
He nods. You can guess what happened.
Interesting.
Oh, here we are. You see Rosewater Keep in the distance. It took...
Hi, Coda.
Yeah, took a number of hours to get there. Because you were going at a pretty slow pace. I mean, the horses that are dragging your cart aren't exactly the most spry of horses.
Thank you so much. If you want to go next door to the tavern and get a drink, it's on Melanie to Owen.
Oh, thank you. I might grab a quick bite to eat and then head out.
Also, I pull 2 gold out of my bra and hand it to him.
Thank you.
It's warm and a little damp.
He's gonna ignore that.
Yep.
Alright. Well, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
He gives you kind of like a little salute and he heads to the tavern. While Melanie was coming home, you guys are having breakfast in the dining room, and Shattuck is like, "Where is Mom?"
You should be allowing. Hello, Melanie. Morning.
Mom,
Didn't
are you
get back
okay?
yet. Hey, and I'll like pick her up and give her a big hug. Oh,
Why do you smell like? Your hair smells like smoke.
and flowers. Oh no, the herbal shampoo I mostly use on my arms. There was a party last night, and it got a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, Persephone told me you guys went to a party. Kind of
Yep.
bummed that I wasn't able to go.
Oh no, I'm very, very glad you weren't there, because we were attacked by flaming skeletons, and I'm very glad that we didn't have to worry about you being all, hurt. So-
Okay.
But, I'm very glad to see everybody. Is there breakfast anywhere?
There is 3 frittatas on the table with a basket of croissants and some orange juice and coffee.
I will just, assuming that she lets me, I'm just going to like carry Shattuck around while I eat some breakfast.
Okay.
And I will tell them what I learned about the grave robbing and about Willie Kip.
Mm-hmm.
I remembered a name for 5 minutes.
Good job.
So I will tell them what I learned.
Okay. As you are regaling your past morning with the group, Alexandria, comes in, from the direction of the teleportation circle. She has Angela with her.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. She immediately sits down at the table, and pours some coffee. Okay.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. You roll an insight. Anybody who wants to can roll an insight on Alexandria.
Sure.
I'll just roll an insight all the way from Theo's estate.
God,
Melanie and
terrible.
Zaitari, it doesn't take too much to figure out that she seems nervous about something.
Alexandria,
Yes.
you okay?
Yes.
You don't look like you're okay.
I'm not okay. Alright.
Okay.
She looks over to you, Raine. Yeah.
Something happened.
Not something happened. Something might happen. Angelo and Iskin were doing some research, and I think we have the location of the white crystal.
Okay. Do we need somewhere more private to speak about this, so prying eyes might not hear? Because if you give me a minute,
Yeah.
I can make my mansion.
I mean, I don't think that would be necessary. We could just close the door.
Yes, but I'm worried about scrying.
Okay, sure.
Let me just double check scrying to...
Yep.
Make sure it can't go between planes, because I can't remember.
She also looks at you, Melanie. Are you okay? What happened to you?
Didn't they tell you about the attack last night?
Well, yeah, but why are you she motions to everybody at the table who is,
Okay,
probably in
looking.
their PJs, and then motions to you.
I didn't get a ride back.
Yeah, she just showed up.
I just came home.
You. Okay. At that point, she's like, I'm not gonna ask any questions.
They left with the ride, and it's a long walk. I'd still be walking, maybe. And I tried to buy a horse, but no one wanted to sell it to me at 1 a.m., so I stayed the night, and then I came back this morning with that nice farmer man.
I've adopted him now, too.
Okay. All right. She just starts eating a croissant at the table.
So we would need private sanctum to prevent scrying.
What is happening? Is that a real fucking cat?
That's
Yeah.
Orpheus.
I was gonna
Oh
say that has
my
to be
God.
Orpheus.
Hi, Orpheus.
Stop trying to eat the microphone, sir.
No.
You have a balanced diet.
She's like, I'm hungry, though.
He's always hungry.
I need the sustenance in order to make a lovely symphony.
We wouldn't have this problem if you weren't so fucking big, my man.
Well, Alexander says, I'm not going to go into specifics, but I'm probably going
Yeah, it's quite all right.
Yeah.
We'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah, I won't go into specifics, but I have the location. I'm going with Angelo.
Should we go with you?
No, I'm...
Why not?
Because you need to handle what's happening here.
Okay.
We sort of already handled quite a bit last night.
Do you need to speak with the heads?
I'll need to speak with the heads, but I'm... She's looking over at you, Raine. I'm gonna be bringing Iskin with me. And...
Why?
He's... I'm gonna need him for this. And it's good if he gets the experience as well. Is Tilda and Theo here?
They're back at their keep.
Okay, I'm gonna make a detour then.
We could send a runner for them.
Yeah, I'm pretty short on teleports, so...
I mean, I could send her ascending and she could be here very quickly.
Okay. Yeah, just... Roll another insight check. Anybody who cares.
Sure.
Jesus!
Oh my god, I also rolled a natural
It's
one.
alright. It's kind of plain to see that she's just like yeah, she's gonna bring Iskin, and she pauses, and you get the feeling that she was about to say she might have to bring Theo too.
I see. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll let Tilda and Theo deal with that.
Yeah. Just
So I'll send ascending to Tilda.
Alright. Yeah, just let them know I need to talk to them. In the
Alexandria's here. You and Theo are needed. Post haste.
What time in the morning is this?
This is probably like 10 o'clock at this point. It took a while to get here.
I think Tilda's probably just waking up. And also, hi Orpheus. Why does he have a stink eye face?
He's shrimping.
He's shrimping?
Mean.
When he gets cranky hungry, he gets lines under his eyes, and that's why his eyes look all weird.
Oh.
Okay. So... Alright, darling, of course. We'll be there soon.
Alright.
They'll be here soon.
Alright, do we want to wait for him to talk to the heads?
Yes, we probably should, because we need to send a message to Thanik.
Okay.
It's probably at least 40 minutes, if not a full hour, before Theo and Tilda pop in.
Yeah. Takes Thanik
Then
about.
probably after like 15 minutes, I'll be like, maybe we should just talk to the heads now.
I mean.
Honestly, I wouldn't
Fine.
mind taking a bath. I smell weird.
You do smell weird.
Yeah. Well, while
Shaddock's
we're
like,
waiting
yeah.
for everybody, we could try to think of what we want to ask them.
Why did you target? Mallory can't remember. Zaitari would.
Lady Lavoy.
Yeah, Lady Lavoy and her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that all of the undead came from local graveyards that have been being robbed for the past couple of days, weeks, something like that. Melanie
6
got more
months.
information. 6 months. There we
I
go.
told you guys that.
Yeah. I couldn't remember.
Oh,
Okay, I
Stop
thought
in
that
your mouth.
maybe never mind. You're
No, I just couldn't remember. So really, I'm just curious as to why they targeted them specifically. And why did they do it when the heroes of Leona were known to be there? Because that seems rather stupid.
And what was the goal? What were they hoping to gain by attacking?
These are bit players. They might not be able to answer that. I'm not here. I'm in the bath, but that's Lynn talking at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and we can start with those.
Who gave you your orders?
Okay.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. I think that actually they might be able to answer. Whereas why is just gonna get like a because my person told me to.
Yeah. Let's start off
I mean,
with the who gave you
You
your
might
orders.
still get, my boss, or
True.
Yeah.
I don't know
What is
his
the
name.
name of the person who gave you your orders? You want to be really specific about it.
Okay. Yeah, Thanik will come about half an hour later. Takes him a while to get Andrew back. Good morning, says Thanik. I hope you guys are well rested.
As well as we can be.
Yes. Currently, Lady Lavoy is in the care of the Queen. She will be staying in the palace under heavy surveillance for the time being. Yeah. We had some local authorities check the area a couple miles out from Lady Lavoy's estate. Unfortunately, we cannot find any traces of where the undead may have came from. Maybe we're just not searching in the correct area. We were able to identify the skeletal remains of the giants. Seems like they are remains of large hill giants, given the anatomical structure of them by some of our scholars. Probably, judging from some of the adornments they had, the scholars think they may have been local as well. We are sending messages to the nobles who have not carried out their Victory Day parties as of yet, and suggesting that they be canceled because of this.
Makes sense.
Yes, we can't. We don't want anything like this to happen again. In the meantime, we're spreading feelers out in all channels to see if we can pick up anything. Nothing like this has come across anybody. Like, even in Thieves' Cant and Cold and in...
One of the people who may have been helping with the grave robbing is named Willie Kip, and he lives in X town that I was near.
X-Town.
Why does that seem familiar? I do have a list...
You guys apparently, well, somebody spoke with them, but they couldn't find enough, proof. But we do have somebody who can read thoughts, so it's possible we could talk to him and find out who hired him.
We do have a number of suspects that can be questioned as well. We do have one in custody who is spending, I believe her sentence was 5 months in jail for illegal possession of a cadaver. Penelope, I believe her name was, but she is staying...
I'm sorry, what?
Penelope.
Penelope?
Penelope. Anyways. Her name is Penelope Adams. She was caught sneaking in a graveyard near the town of Rosehurst.
Is it spelled like I just spelled it?
Nope, it's spelled like this.
Okay.
That's Penelope.
I guess so.
Anyways, she has been jailed for 5 months in jail. She's one of the ones I remembered because her home was searched. There was one cadaver that was not whole at the time of searching. And the townsfolk of Rosehurst did insist that she must have dug out at least 4 bodies from the local cemetery, but we couldn't find the others. Or the local authorities at the time could not find the others. This investigation was about 3 months into the rise of grave robbing. But yeah. So I assume, like, Tilda comes eventually while everybody's waiting.
Eventually, yes.
Yep.
Tilda and Theo show up.
Yep, Theo shows up. Right, says Alexandra. We should go in somewhere private and do this. Yes.
Do we want to use my mansion?
Honestly, this would actually be a pretty good time, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, just give me a minute.
Alright.
I'll go off to the side in the dining room and make the door.
Okay. Charlotte looks at Melanie and Raine and is like, I assume you want me to go play with Moose?
I think this is a Moose time.
Okay, I'll go play with Moose and find pastries. She scurries off, taking several croissants with her.
Standing next to Melanie, Tilda kind of... Why do you smell like horse?
I've taken a bath.
And yet...
Well, I did have to get a ride here this morning with a farmer.
I kind of glance over at Raine, and then kind of whisper...
Raine just kind of shrugs first, but I'll listen.
I kind of say very quietly to Melanie, trouble in paradise, darling.
You guys left me at the place? I was going to help for a while, but then I didn't have a ride.
They left you?
Yes!
She told us we could go. We figured she had a ride back.
I did not! I did not have a ride. So
You said you were going to stay behind. Like,
I mean,
those
know,
are literally your words.
I I
So
was going to
you can't
help.
accuse us of leaving you behind. That's what you wanted.
There just wasn't a ride after that I expected there would be. I don't know why I thought there'd be a ride. I guess I'm used to
That's
being
on
closer to
you.
town.
That's not on us.
I'm
If
just
you
saying.
think about it,
I'm just
really
saying that you had a method of transportation that I thought that I would have because I was not thinking, and so therefore I was left without transportation on my own merit.
Yes, and you got back and you were just fine.
That's debatable, but
Lee, you're so angry sometimes. If you consider
yeah, because I'm 16.
I thought you were 17. Okay.
I'm 16.
Hmm.
And I had the forethought to make sure I had a ride home from the party.
I look like towards Shattuck's receding form, think of all the things we're teaching her, imagine her at 16, and shudder a little bit.
Yep.
Anywho,
Okay.
Yeah, my door is
Alright.
ready.
All right. Alexander goes in.
Shadok is not allowed in.
No. She's already gone off to go play with Moose. You got the heads.
jeez.
Some
Why not you are? Shattuck is not allowed.
I don't want
Sorry,
her sneaking in.
free.
I know. I'm
Oh,
teasing.
actually, that's pretty valid. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I'm an amazing
that is-
parent.
why I said that.
Alright. Choose. We'll start with head 1, says Alexandria, and she will cast Speak with Dead. All right. The maw yawns open, and
Like me.
yes, and you are free to ask your questions.
Oh, she has to. She's the one who casts the spell.
All right, so let me get this straight. You want me to ask, and this is not to the head yet. What is Sorry.
The name of the person, or what is the name of
The individual.
the individual
Okay, thank
who
you.
gave you your orders?
This is Dara getting tongue-tied, not
Yes,
Alexandria.
yes.
All right. Who is the individual that gave you the name of the
No,
individual?
no. What is the
What?
name of the individual?
You just say it. I was.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What is the
Um,
name of the individual who gave you your orders?
The head moves its jaw and says the name of the individual is the Death Creeper of the Swamp.
That's terrifying.
That's
That sounds
probably
like a
the
title. That doesn't sound like a name.
yeah, it's probably the Black Dragon. Right. Can you ask if this individual is a Black Dragon?
Yeah, was this individual a Black Dragon? Was a Black Dragon.
Oh, fuck, it's a dragon lich thingamajig.
What was that?
I was eating a hush puppy. I said,
Draco
oh
lich
shit, it's a
thingamajig?
dragon lich thing, a majig.
You had croissant in your mouth.
Did.
Speaking away from the head, Alexandria is like, alright, that's pretty bad. That's really bad. God damn it.
Can you ask where this individual is?
Where is this individual? The head responds with beyond your reach.
Ugh.
Oh, fuck you.
We got 2 more
So
questions.
you think.
Yeah, really. Can you write out that dragon's title?
Yes.
I'm going to open up the map. Is the Death Keeper of the Swamp in Gadon?
No.
Interesting.
One more question.
We still have a second head, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Ask what were your orders?
Well, we already know the orders were to attack the.
Yes, but were
Two
they
of them.
were they there to kill as many people as possible? Were they there to make a huge scene? Were they like with specific orders?
Yeah, what's the goal? What was the goal of their attack?
What was the
Yes,
goal of your
that-
attack aside from killing Lady What's Her Face and his daughter? Because I can't remember.
Okay. Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tabitha and Wednesday, or Lady Tabitha, Lavoy, and Wednesday's daughter. Observations. Observing the combat tactics of the heroes of Leona.
Yep.
Interesting. All right. Time to ask the next head if
Alright.
we were being watched.
we should ask who's watching.
Yes.
Okay. Bring the second head. Head is now. Alright, so you want to ask who is watching? Who was observing the heroes of Leona, pretty much?
Yeah,
basically.
like specifically, like, who was observing the fight between you and the heroes of Leona?
Right.
Especially because these people might have literally been sent to die. So.
Yeah.
How do I phrase this?
Straightforward in a very clear manner.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go over well. The eyes of rancid water.
I think that's another word for the swamp guy, but good lord, this
Probably.
man has terrible names.
How were the eyes of rancid water observing us?
Through the one forced to serve him.
What is the name of the individual who was forced to serve? Oh. Do you want to ask that question? What is the name of the
Yeah.
individual who's forced to serve him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all with you.
And if we need the qualifier, him being the eyes of rancid
Eyes of
water.
rancid water.
Yeah.
Also, that Death Creeper of the Swamp. Now, it just in my head, all I can hear is, and that's when I fell for the Death Creeper of the Swamp, like leader of the pack.
Oh jeez.
Ah.
Like it's.
Give me a
Creeper of the
second.
Swamp.
Okay. The head simply says, the disease devourer.
Are these
That's
all
not a
different
name.
people? There's no way that's a different person than the Eyes of Rancid Water and the Creeper of the Swamp. Are we going for a fucking... What's the group of hags called? But when it's
But
a group of dragons.
That's not a name. That's a title.
A coven.
A coven of dead black dragons. That's what we're fighting. We're all gonna die.
I'm still debating that is not a name. That is a title.
The diseased whatever. Does that ring a bell at all?
Yeah, do any of these titles ring any bells?
So I'll let you roll for the Eyes of Rancid Water first, and then I'll let you roll for the Disease Devourer.
What are we rolling? History?
History or Arcana?
Same for me. I'll just go for
Yeah,
history.
they're both terrible for me.
Yikes.
Wow.
Might want to use that 19 for something.
Look at my look at how my actual 11 stacks up to year 1.
I mean, you hit things really hard.
You want to
I
get in on this,
do.
Raine?
I can't use portent until after I've until before I've
Oh no, I know, but maybe for the next one.
Yep.
The Eyes of Rancid Water. Raine, it rings a bell. You're trying to like think, okay, I've heard this name before, but what was it associated with other than the obvious? You think you may have heard the name before. This is going to be really weird. You think you've actually heard the name before pertaining to your work.
I'm sorry, about whose work?
Raine's.
Raine, what do you do other than treason?
Like you
In the context of a specific job or a person or organization or or I don't know.
Probably with an organization. Actually, let me get the organization's name.
Thought that our thief did
Yes.
so much crime.
There's an organization that's been on the rise of late called the Hounds. So when the Dawn Brothers imploded after you guys fucked them up, there was a large power vacuum that needed to be filled. So a lot of gangs started stepping in. One of them is known as the Hounds. You remember in passing that, you've heard their name being tossed around, but you also heard a couple phrases, the Eyes of Rancid Water being one of them.
I know I mentioned it when we took out the Dawn Brothers that it was going to leave a power vacuum, and that's exactly what happened. And
Is this really the best time for I told you so? Really?
I mean, anyways, there's this group, the Hounds, that filled the void, so to speak, and I don't know why, but I've heard that phrase used in reference to either their work or to them. It's not exactly clear, but something has come up in the place of the Dawn Brothers, and it sounds like it might be something worse.
Oh, goody.
Now you can roll for the disease devourer if you wish.
Okay.
History or Arcana again?
Yes.
I will take Arcana and use my
You're 19?
yeah, I guess I'll use the 19.
Okay.
So that's a 35
Okay.
Arcana.
You thinking
Me?
Yeah, you. Because
Okay.
the 35. You thinking back back to all the dragon research you guys have been doing as of late, ever since you've been hearing, oh, black dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't a black dragon on this continent. But you think there may have been a black dragon on the other continent with that name.
Oh, fuck.
What is the other continent?
So it's where the Elven lands are. Elven lands
Oh,
and
okay.
Robert.
And Robert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Do we know of any swamps on that continent?
there are a bunch of like pretty corrupted lands between Didar and the Elven lands, so there are large swaths of swamp in that area. But this was a long time ago. Like, this dragon probably, I need to get the age range.
Is Briarthorn a swamp?
It's more of like a desolate, barren wasteland around the city.
Why is this keep
Why is an ancient dragon from another continent spying on you guys fighting at a party?
Yeah, like, why did they give a shit?
Yeah.
Probably because we have items that they want, or we're doing things that they want to stop.
But why send an ancient black dragon to do that from
Well,
another continent?
Oh, I doubt that they came here. I'm sure they've been sending people over to do the bidding.
But the question was, what's the name of the person who was spying on us at the party?
They don't have to physically be here to spy on us.
No, but magic usually has like a tell.
I mean, maybe, but it's very possible that. Also, if they had some sort of person, because it sounds like they had some sort of pawn in play at the party. It's possible that they can look through that person's eyes without being too obvious. It's, some sort of link between, I know people can do that with familiars. If you were powerful enough, I'm sure you could do it with a person, especially if you had some sort of hold over them.
So, Tilda, I know you have to bounce out pretty fast.
Honestly, it's fine. Keep going.
Okay. Roughly,
I was gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd say roughly this dragon was in that area about 800 years ago.
And how long do we think dragons live? Roundabout?
Since you guys have fought a lot of dragons, an ancient dragon's about 1,000 years old.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're like lobsters. They don't die unless you kill them.
Yeah. Like, I'm fairly sure that we guessed that the individual, or like the black dragon was an ancient black dragon, just based off of,
our luck.
Well, yeah, our luck and
description.
our research, yeah, and the description as well.
Yeah.
So that was
What
the
did it say?
diseased deceiver, right?
Disease
Yeah.
devourer.
Devourer. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disease deceivers from Critical Role.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was gonna say
Right
that
on.
sounds really familiar. What was that from?
So many D's.
Yeah. I was going to chime in during what Aoife and Melanie were talking about. It could also very well be that it's just that their agent was there, and we'll report back to them directly, either via sending or something. That could be why we were being stared at by that woman.
If she has anything to do with this, I will feel so vindicated.
As will I. But maybe it's something to follow up on. Catch her off guard by naming the name directly if we wish to speak with her again. But other than that, I believe we still have 2 more questions to ask. We've rounded down the continent that it's to be on. We could ask if it's in Nonanlyre, Durenethil, Didar, wherever we think it might be the best option, honestly.
What about
Briarthorn doesn't
maybe
seem likely.
we could even maybe ask if there was a meeting place or like a drop-off point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have had a dead drop that they used, or some way that they communicated that we could maybe use to our advantage.
Yes, we can ask them how they communicate with the Death Creeper of the Swamp.
Yes, that'd be perfect.
Or how they got into Lady Lavoie's home.
Well,
I think
know
they got
how.
in through fire and theft.
Bursting the doors down.
Weren't they
It's
also
just-
looking for something?
No, they wanted to observe us. They're
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean,
targeting.
we think they may have stole stuff from upstairs, but that might have just been a sweet bonus side job.
Yeah. But, well, that was just Zaitari's fear that they had something upstairs. That we didn't... Nobody thought that. That was just a suspicion.
I thought we
like
saw
monsters went up there.
Yeah, well, the bone things came from upstairs.
Yes. But they were very destructive.
True, they probably weren't there for theft.
No. So I think we should ask how they communicate with the Death Creeper of the Swamp. Because
Death Creeper of the Swamp.
Okay. You ask them that, and they say through magical stones that constantly were replaced.
Okay, so probably sending stones.
Probably,
Or
yes.
something comparable, yeah.
Okay, we have one more question.
This one just keeps talking in riddles.
Oh, yeah, I mean, of course they are.
The other one was a lot more helpful.
Was it?
It was less
Meh.
vague.
True.
They were less vague about shit. This one's just like, I'm going to talk to you in riddles. Neener, neener, neener.
Do you want
giving them
to...
a lot of things that can be asked, or they can be answered with just weird shit.
Mm.
Were you
So, we know that the dragon is on the western continent.
Mm.
So, I don't think we should
Was
ask...
on the Western continent.
Yeah, I don't really think it's going to be too easy to get more information about where this thing is with only one question. But we can ask what the Eyes of Rancid Water looks like. Like, we could ask, please give a physical description of the Eyes of Rancid Water.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Kitty.
He's back.
Oh.
Yeah, what would be a different way we could do that, though? Because I feel like that's so on the nose. What if we were to say...
Please
I
give a
wanna s-
detailed physical description of the Eyes of Rancid Water.
I'm trying to think of like something that they can't just give like a weird answer to. I was thinking
because
like
that question could be answered like he looks like death itself
yeah,
upon apocalyptic wings. You know, like it could be some kind of bullshit poetic.
Sure, but I feel like
What
any
about-
question can be bullshitted out of like that, so...
what about like what would be something that has basically only a factual answer, like somebody's title, could be something within their cult, but what about like who's their father or something? Like somebody who probably doesn't have a fucking name. Somebody's just like some random dude. Like if
Yeah,
they
but
say,
why would they know that information?
yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking maybe they were a noble. Oh, why don't we ask them if they're a citizen of X?
I feel like that.
That would be too vague.
What if?
Yeah, that's really not going to help us. I don't think.
I was about to say, I think it's not that it's too vague, it's just that it's not
It doesn't narrow it down for us.
well, it
how
doesn't
about-
really help because I don't think
Yeah.
the dragon is a citizen of anywhere. It's just
Well,
living
but
in the swamp.
What about the?
No, I'm
whoever
not
was
thinking about
spying
the
on us?
dragon. I'm thinking about the eyes of rancid water. That's the
Oh.
person who was
Yeah.
spying on us.
and that might be a minion. So what if we? Well, why don't we just say where do we find the eyes of rancid water?
That's a good one. Also, we could ask, what do the eyes of rancid water have to do with the hounds?
We've got one. Which one do we want to go with?
Any ideas, KK?
Not really. I just think what was I gonna say? Just ask how to find them. That's all I'd say.
Okay, I think actually that's probably a good idea. How do we
With
find the eyes of rancid water?
Yeah, and with a criminal organization, the thing that connects them might just be money.
Mm.
Yeah.
It could just be funding.
Which is still a helpful answer, but
It is, but it's not going to give us as many possible clues. I mean, we're just going to be told like in the playground of the death, or something like that. But you know, that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's ask, how do we find the eyes of rancid, or how do we get into contact with, or how do we find?
how do we find, I think, is better.
Okay.
Kind of hard to say which one would work better, but I think you don't get in contact. with it,
Be
they get
careful
in
with
contact
the-
with you.
How do we find? Because this guy might just say you look for them.
How do we
That's true.
locate?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is if they're gonna do that, there's really nothing you can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be bullshit either way.
So you're
What
doing
is
how-
the location of?
I couldn't quite hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, how do you look? Just fit. Fit. Just let me know which wording you'd like to go with.
What if we say, what is the location of the eyes of rancid water?
I like that one. All right.
Could be here or there.
Yeah, but
Again,
again,
They
It's-
can
it's-
literally bullshit anything out of it.
I
like,
know.
I think what is the location or how do we contact are my two choices that are my favorites. So one of those two. I think how do we find is a little bit too vague, but I think how do we contact would work. Or what is the location? I think both of those are reasonable.
I more favor contact.
Fine.
All right. How do we contact?
Yes.
If we get the through stones that were repeatedly
Replaced. Yeah.
replaced, again, I'm gonna be pissed.
How do we contact? Okay.
Yeah, not the death creeper of the swamp,
Yeah.
but the eyes of
I
rancid
mean, they
water.
might be the same person. We don't know, really.
That's true. We're just assuming that they're different.
Death creeper.
Through the
Rampus,
through the last remaining hatchling.
Hatchling?
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Baby dragons. Oh, maybe the ancient black dragon is actually a mommy black dragon, and she just, is trying to take care of her little babies by killing
No.
everybody.
Can't hatchling refer to like a bunch of different things that are like dragon adjacent though?
I mean, it could be dragonborn, it could be kobolds.
Lizard folk, half
Yeah.
dragons.
Sure.
Well, Alexandra says we can try again in 10 days if it lasts.
Oh, I
that
thought it was
long.
like 40.
No, it's 10.
No,
No.
you're thinking Gaius.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you
And
thought that's where I was going.
hopefully I'll be around then.
I honestly feel like maybe we should help you with your terrible, terrible descriptions of this thing that you're doing. Why in the world would you not want our help?
Because I want you to. Because between taking on what I'm taking on and taking on a Draco Lich, possibly, I think you're more equipped to take on this thing.
We could do. Do we really have to do them at the same time? We could just both do both.
Bring us on your adventure, Alexandria.
I had the inkling that you didn't want to go back into the Feywild.
I do not.
No one does, really. That
I mean, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Very good.
I've never been.
I especially do not in my condition.
Yeah, your baby might be born really weird.
With that, Tilda, can I speak to you and Theodric? Alone?
Of course,
Okay.
darling.
Theo nods. I don't know if Theo's in here. Thanic's in here, I assume, because he's just like...
Yeah,
Just that Theo
Theo would
came
be
in.
in here too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thanic's like...
'Cause why not?
Oh, God, not another... Like, his face shows, like... Oh, dear God, not another dragon thing. Like, another dragon.
Well, what were you expecting with the dragon cult?
I don't know what I was thinking either. I was just thinking, hey, maybe let's just arrest a bunch of people. I'll get you some information on the hounds. We know they're one of the gangs that have been cropping up since the Dawn Brothers have left. So I can get you some info on them at least.
Yeah, and see if you can dig up any extra information on, the Eyes of Rancid Water, Death Creeper of the Swamp, the Last Hatchling.
I will attempt to do so, but it sounds like you guys are more equipped for this than I am. But if
you never know.
Yeah, but if I have any important locations, meeting spots, that kind of thing, you will be the first to know.
Death Creeper of the Swamp.
Alright, so Thanic nods, like...
That's going to be their theme song.
Stuff about the hounds. Yeah. So, Alexandria, if you guys want to stay in the mansion, it's fine. She'll just go to one of probably the many side rooms that this mansion has.
Open a door. Oh no, that's the sex dungeon.
Why are there so many pillows? Oh look, there's somebody buried in decorative pillows. Okay, and scarves. Alright. Now, she'll take you aside to probably a sitting room, you and Theo and her, and she's gonna say, alright, I'm just going to be blunt about it. I'm taking me and Angel, Iskin, and Isadora. I was planning on taking it to the Feywild. Now. And she like, Alexandria looks at you, Tilda, like, looks at your pregnant state, and then looks at Theo, and is like, I would like Theodric to come, but I understand, as someone that who is a mother, and as somebody who is about to, for you, as somebody who's about to become a mother, I understand if ultimately you two choose for him to stay here.
At this point, Tilda's like grabbed Theo's hand and is kind of squeezing it and like,
I'm going to be that I hate to be that asshole, but I am going to mention that he did swear an oath. And
He also made an oath to me, darling. But it is his choice.
I could
But if you choose
I
Theo.
could really use him against a white dragon.
Whatever you choose, Theodoric, I will support you.
Oh man.
That's a tough situation
Yeah,
for Theo.
Theo is like, just be aware, Theo. You are very aware of the type of oath you did swear. And he nods. I'm going to give you till the end of the day to think about this. And then I'm going to need an answer. Me and Angelo and the rest of us are already prepping. Okay. Alright. Well, I will speak to you later. She and Alexandria just walks out at this point. You guys see her walk out. She is not like. She's like, I hate my job, and just kind of does kind of a half wave to you guys and walks out with Angelo. Angelo also kind of has that kind of dejected look on his face as well.
Aoife is going to look at the group at the table and just lower her voice a little bit to make sure that Alexandra doesn't hear, and just ask, does she ever share whatever burden she's carrying with literally anyone else, or does she...
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
Probably Angelo.
I don't know if that counts.
That doesn't. Have you guys considered giving her like a gift card for therapy? Because it seems like she kind of has some control issues.
I mean, I can understand why.
It's still not healthy.
Fucking telehealth visit from the Feywild.
And Theo is going to be very quiet for a bit.
What are you thinking, darling? Dearest darling. I promise I won't be upset.
I know she won't hold it against me if I stay here with you. I know that. But I think she was just trying to convey there is a time, if it were to happen, that I don't know what kind of situation it would be if I had to go on another excursion. I mean, though it's a white dragon. They'll be fine. They can all handle themselves.
Dearest, do you want to go?
I don't want to leave you. Especially with He doesn't. He seems like he doesn't.
Hmm.
And you kind of get the gist is ever since, the term Draco Lich was thrown around in the previous room,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he really doesn't want to go now.
Yeah.
And, he's like, somebody... I know she thinks I need the experience to go on a dragon hunt. I think I can do that here as well. But I think she was getting at there is going to be a time where I can't choose not to go. But I don't want to go. Not now, and not knowing what you guys might have to deal with.
Do you feel obligated to go? Do you feel obligated to stay?
She's asking me to... You see him like trying to wrap his head around... Let me yeah, I can't roll for shit. Just to let you know. He's struggling with multiple duties.
Yeah.
Duties to the order he's part of, duties to his country, duties to you.
Yep.
And
Duty.
Stop that.
Yeah. And maybe I can try to have her convince Bryn to go. She'd probably be really good against a white dragon. Fire and everything,
That would actually be really useful.
That would actually be very useful.
Yeah. I have the strength aspect, but Bryn, you know the way she used to throw fire around. She was great. She was
Yes.
really good.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes, you are very aware.
I remember vividly.
I think
I ever caught you on fire.
You did. You literally burned my hair.
Oh, yeah, but I was trying to help. That was an accident.
Doesn't matter. You still burned my hair.
It's true.
But yeah, he'll say, I don't think it's a good idea for every member to go. One should stay behind. This is going to sound like I'm a coward. But I'm trying to think of this from a logical standpoint. One should stay behind just in case.
There's also the fact that going to the Feywild, even if everything completely went fine, he might come back and his kid's 20.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's probably on his mind as well.
So, all upsides, huh?
It's like, I don't
That's
wanna...
definitely on Tilda's mind, too.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to miss the birth of my child.
Plus something else to consider is
You cut out.
Cut out, Mallory.
this, but somebody does. I forgot I was in the
Something else
kitchen.
to consider is
Something to consider is somebody needs to protect the crystal that we have, and if they all go, nobody's gonna be there to protect it.
yes, somebody needs to stay behind and protect the crystal that we do have, the dragon sphere.
Yeah. Oh, dear God. I know
Don't worry, guys. I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, you've done
Yep,
such a good
mhm.
job at remembering about it.
All right. I think it's best if I stay, cause I know where they are. Okay. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here. Yeah. That's my decision.
Can I do an insight check to make sure he feels good about that decision?
Sure.
And it's, or that he mostly feels good about
Sure.
it and not.
He seems like he's convinced himself that, yeah, staying here is the right thing to do. I could protect the crystals and the sphere and the crystal, and things might go to, just in case things go to shit. I can try to protect my wife. I can. Oh dear God. So much, and at this point, it's like you get the vibe of so much responsibility.
I know.
Everything.
Wife, baby, ah!
Wife, baby, Dracula, crystals. No.
Country.
Country.
Like literal duchy to run.
Make sure my dad's okay.
Yep.
He might need that therapy gift card.
It's
At
not
least-
a bad idea.
At least
No.
Tilda and the dad can run the duchy.
Yeah. That we could.
All right, that's my answer. That's my answer. That's my answer. That's my answer. All right. Everything's going to be fine, right?
I mean, of course.
Yes.
I give him a big hug and like a kiss on the cheek. And like the hug kind of lasts. It's one of those like long hugs.
Those are the good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
just to try to make sure he feels reassured.
Yeah. He was like with the 27 insight. His hand was shaking a little bit before, but now it's like steadied.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like you kind of see him be like going through the motions of, all right, how would my father handle this? What would my father do? Well, the new father, not the old father, or both. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So he.
That's a little worrying, but okay.
His dad's a different man after he got his face ripped off.
Yes, that I get. But,
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So eventually you two will come out.
Yep.
And yeah. All right.
Should we call it a night?
I just want to say I'm standing beside him when he tells Alexandria, and I have my arm in his arm, and I'm holding his.
She already left. She gave him till the end of the day.
I know, but whenever he
Okay, I understand. Yep, got it.
is that I just want to make sure that we are we make a show of being a steady couple. That this is, and that I support his decision.
Okay. All right. So I have a lot of information to get to you guys. Oh, by the way, at this point, after the mansion is like folded up, unless you just keep it open just to.
It stays there for 24 hours, so.
All right.
And anybody who's allowed in from the, casting of the spell can go in and out whenever they want.
Okay.
So not Shattuck.
Not Shattuck.
Aoife, you get
Yes.
the message from Chambers that San and the band have arrived.
Excellent.
Yeah, they took a while. They're chilling. They're chilling in the tavern. San does come up with Chambers and Nisfa, the dwarven fan turned singer now, Zaitari.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells you and the rest of you, thank you so much for your hospitality. Um, Nisfa, the rest of the band, we are, forever grateful for allowing us in your home temporarily. Um, Once we figure out which way we're gonna go, depends on which bookings we have, then we will be out of your hair. If there is anything that we can do in the meantime, play music, do other things, the band members are actually excellent um, equestrians. If any horses you have that need care, um, they're more than welcome. We will help you in any way possible to make, or we could just be out of your way. We can do that as well.
We
have
invited
a-
Claire to stay with us. Okay.
Yeah, because
They didn't have anywhere else to go.
I do have a question for you guys. All sorts of songs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard any ballads or tales or anything about the disease devourer, eyes of the rancid swamp, or the death creeper of the swamp, or eyes of rancid water, or the death creeper of the swamp? Does ring any bells?
Nisfa, you see Nisfa shake her head. San says, I can ask the group. I'm more of a foreigner on the mainland myself, so those names unfortunately don't ring any bells to me. But let me ask them. They've been around for quite a while, so they may have. That's a huge swath of names, but
Yeah, it's one of those things. Somebody likes to be real dramatic, so I figured if they're that dramatic with how they name themselves, they probably like a ballad or two written about themselves too.
I will definitely
Like,
ask them.
how else are they gonna jerk off? Like, they need some kind of background music.
Nisva looks like a little taken back. Sans just like, and he looks at Nisva. Sorry, my apologies.
People needing mood music in the olden times must have been real awkward for the mood music.
Yeah.
As long as they
Yeah.
got paid well, they probably didn't care.
True.
But yeah, San will ask. So, ask about those names to the band, to the fixed ancestors. Nisva is gonna go to you, Zaitari, and she's gonna ask, can we talk later? I wanted to get some I mean, you saw the performance. I wanted to get some constructive criticism, if possible.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
She looks overjoyed. All right. So Nisva's asking for constructive criticism.